We are Mike and Taylor, and these are our dogs, Penny and Lucy. 4 years ago, we sold our home and everything we owned, moved onto a 40-foot boat, and sailed from Seattle. This is the story of us making our way. This window that we have closes really hard and really fast. Welcome back, friends. Our amazing time in Cartagena has come to a close.
Generally adverse currents throughout much of this passage. It might slow us enough that we're actually not going to make it before that bad weather comes in.
And we have set out on our longest passage in our 4 years of sailing, crossing the Caribbean Sea.
The good news is that the violent bashing has stopped and the seas have flattened out, at least for now. Bad news is that we have a current against us right now and it's keeping us so slow, and we're doing like 4.2 and that is not gonna work. We're not gonna make it in time if that stays the case.
Our weather window is benign, and it is just long enough for us to travel northeast from Colombia to Puerto Rico. But when the trade winds return, they come back in with force. And with countercurrents keeping our speed slow, we still aren't sure if we're going to make it in time before we're taking gnarly weather right in our teeth.
Motor sailing, still fighting some current, and I think we're at under 500 miles to go. We got way under 463 miles left to go. Today was not too bad. The seas calmed way down. Slightly bashy now, but nothing like it was last night. Overall, I guess it's been pretty good. But it's like 3 a.m. I'm very tired. I think I'm gonna go make a sandwich to help keep me awake. But as full moon is really beautiful. This camera won't pick it up, but it's been really nice having the full moon. It makes such a difference. I don't think there's much else to report, really. Been listening to an audiobook and just kind of chilling out until Taylor takes over at 5 a.m. and I can get some sleep.
We knew we were going to face lots of adverse current, but we were still surprised at just how strong and unrelenting they really were. But aside from the slowdown, the conditions were quite nice. So we motor sailed along, alternating our watches, trying to keep the dogs entertained, chatting with our buddy boat who was about 60 miles behind us, and keeping a very close eye on the forecasts towards the end of the week.
Well, these countercurrents have been extremely slow going. I'm getting a little bit worried about our arrival timing. We still have a couple days, so I'm not worrying too much, but it's, I will say though, even though the currents are killing us, it is beautiful out here. It's like really nice conditions. It's like, we're just starting to see the first bit of like a little bit of swell, but it's been like really flat. Aside from the first day that we were like bashing really hard, but this has been really pleasant. Yeah, it's just really pretty out here. We just need these currents to go away and we're in business.
We spent our days trying to thread the needle between getting what little wind there was to fill our sails and give us a boost, while also trying to not be dead into the waves and the current. Because moving east in the Caribbean is so difficult to do because of the ever-present trade winds, when a rare change does occur, you just have to take what you can get. And in our case, the window was long enough for us to jump all the way to Puerto Rico. But we would have mostly no wind through the sea for that stretch, making for benign conditions in an otherwise dicey stretch of ocean, but one we knew would be just a lot of motoring. But the chance to make that much northeasting was an opportunity that we just could not pass up, so we accepted our motor sailing fate.
Thursday. Look, if you need help remembering, just think of it like this. The third day, all right? Monday, 1 day. Tuesday, 2 day. Wednesday, when? Huh? What day? Thursday. The third day, okay?
Thank you.
Okay.
Day 4. So we have tonight, all tomorrow night, and then we still don't really know what our destination is going to be, but whichever one it should be sometime on Saturday. So we still have 2 nights. It's night shifts are just brutal. We're so tired. 2 nights to get through. And then we should be somewhere. I don't know where, but we should be there.
Man, it's crazy. You'd think we're in the Sea of Cortez or something, how flat the sea is. It's crazy. Way to go, Penn. Good girl. Good girl. Take advantage of these flat seas. Day 4, still motoring. I think we've sailed for 2 hours total, which is what we expected. Slow going, we still have a knot of current right on the nose. It's been pretty ridiculous. But it's not setting us west anymore, which I guess is good, but it is slowing us down. There is no wind today, and the seas are just glassy calm. So it's really beautiful, and the boat motion is very nice. Let's have a look. There's nothing out here. Tomorrow night, the wind fills in through the Mona Passage, which is the passage between the Dominican and Puerto Rico. Not super strong. I'm kind of wondering, often through passes and stuff like that, you often get accelerated winds or gusty winds, so the feeling is that it'll probably be on the higher end, especially in the passage. But the truth is, with the current against us, I don't think we can make enough either north or east in order to really get to Puerto Rico without beating in 15 to 25 knots. There's like a real northeast bent in that wind for most of Friday night and into Saturday. And then there's a little bit of a reprieve Saturday before it comes in really hard Saturday night. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, I'm hopeful, but I think we're probably going to end up breaking off for the Dominican Republic. It'd be nice to get all the way to Puerto Rico. We'll get somewhere. Not much else to report out here. Uneventful so far. That's good. That is good.
While the conditions turned into the most mesmerizing and glassy that we have ever seen the open ocean, our nerves were actually running quite high. Because behind the scenes, we had hired a weather router for this passage. And according to our calculations from closely monitoring all the weather models and various possibilities, our chances of making landfall in Puerto Rico before the weather turned on us were actually starting to improve and were looking okay. But he was strongly advising us against it, telling us in no uncertain terms that we would not make it to Puerto Rico without facing very difficult conditions, and that it would be better to aim for Boca Chica and the Dominican Republic instead. Now, we know that forecasts can be wrong, and we do not blame the router for erring on the side of caution, but this conflict created some serious anxiety as we were running out of time to make a choice between our own instincts and hold steady for Puerto Rico, or the weather routers and peel off towards the Dominican Republic.
Well, it's another amazing sunset, and this whole day has been glass, like just glass. And I think it's supposed to be like this through the night and for most of tomorrow. And I think we have decided to make a run for Puerto Rico instead of getting off at the Dominican Republic. We still have time to change our minds, but I think that's what we're aiming for right now. And as of right now, we're gonna get in by the skin of our teeth before things really hit the fan. So just chugging along. It's been nice having the boat be still for a day, relatively. And Mike's heating up some dinner. The girls went to the bathroom. We both just had showers. So yeah, things are feeling good today.
It's 5 a.m. Friday, and Taylor's about to take over for her watch. You can see the moon overhead, and the sun is, well, not coming up yet, but the sky is getting bright over there. And we've kind of changed course a little bit, and I think we're gonna go for Puerto Rico. We think once the wind starts to fill in from the north, we think we'll be able to kind of take it on a port tack and head maybe kind of due east across. We'll be about 60 to 70 miles south of the Mona Channel, but kind of like cross south of the channel where the wind's going to be funneling down through, and hopefully if that'll get us out of the acceleration zone, which will be far enough south, and then we'll be able to sort of turn up towards Puerto Rico. At least that's the idea, before the winds turn kind of easterly, or as they turn easterly, and we might be sort of in the wind shadow of the island as well. That's the plan. We'll see how it turns out. And then we could still, if we had to, I think, bail for the Dominican, because we would kind of be on a broad reach heading there. So I'm very tired. Very, very tired. But we are maybe 30 hours from arrival, we think. So that's good. is expected to show up in like the next 2 hours or so, but right now it's just about as glassy as I think I've ever seen the ocean. Look at this. How beautiful is that? I made a little snack. Some mango with salt and pepper and lime juice. We learned this in Costa Rica. So good. We'll see. Maybe we'll start sailing soon. The wind is filled in just a bit. We got 8 or 9 knots, but to keep our speed up. Still got our motor on, but we're hammering. We're doing like 7.5 through the water. That's good. Help us get a little bit more north, a little bit more east out, hopefully in front of this wind that's going to fill in. And if the forecasts are accurate, this could be a real nice ending. The biggest worry is if the wind has more east in it and is stronger than forecast, it could be a real not fun ending to it. So this is we're running through an acceleration zone, the motor passage, and I don't know, sometimes winds that are much more than forecast in those areas. So right now it is beautiful. Now we're moving fast.
The wind didn't last long, and we were soon back to pond-like conditions, which we could not stop staring at. It's not often that the open ocean looks like this. And as night approached and the wind started to truly fill in, we prepared ourselves for the unknown. Either a beautiful sail into Puerto Rico or a dicey bash against reinforced trade winds in an acceleration zone.
Bye. We are actually sailing. It was kind of amazing after 4 days, 5 days of straight motoring. Oh, and it's really nice. We're just kind of cruising along with like, it's been like 10 to maybe, I think I just saw 14 knots. And we're just kind of on a close reach. Moon is rising. Seas are still nice and chill. So far it's been great. So we'll see if it holds up or not, but so far so good. It's just quiet. Oh. Amazing. Amazing.
Oh my god, we made it through our last night. Or Mike really did. I was downstairs. I didn't sleep at all yesterday. Mike just wanted to make sure that we weren't going to see more wind than it was forecast, so he wanted to stay on. So he was on all night, and I was downstairs. I came on at like 4 or 5 or something, and today, and it started real bashy. I mean, we were like, I couldn't even get myself up to get the GoPro up here from back there. So, I mean, it was just bashy as hell. It smooths way out, which is really nice. We're actually on course, and we're making decent speed. And we have only like 30 miles left, so we are in the home stretch. We should be up and in the anchorage, I think, before sunset. Oh, what a long week. I'm ready to be there. We're all ready to be there. And we're almost there.
While we definitely had some violent bashing to contend with as we approached Puerto Rico, the wind stayed in the lower range of the forecast, and by morning, we were able to sneak into the wind shadow of the island with sails up and speeds high. We were relieved that trusting our instincts had worked out, and 2.5 years after sailing out of the United States, we were checking back in over the phone. All in all, spirits were high, and we were so stoked to be in the home stretch of our longest passage to date.
in Puerto Rico. I think we're like 4 hours away. These like last hours of passages like this always just feel like so long. Like you're so close and like 4 hours feels like it goes on for 4 days. In other news, we're passing a sailing drone right now. And these things always freak me out a little bit. I don't know why. I can see the bottom. What? The 60? Okay. What? This approach to Puerto Rico is nuts because it goes from 1,000 feet to 30 feet in a split second. We just went from 400 to 80 and I can see the bottom clear as day. The water is so clear. Holy shit. That's crazy. It's literally an underwater cliff that you just go right over. And then this next like couple miles in is only like 30 feet deep. It's kind of nuts actually. Wow. You guys crossed the Caribbean Sea! Who wants to go make poopies? Yeah!
After 6 days at sea, filled with gorgeous, glassy conditions set against lots of nerves and tough decisions, we had finally done it. And it was time to settle in for a very well-deserved good night's rest. And be sure to join us next time, as we have a short and sweet tour of beautiful Puerto Rico with our best buddy boat, complete, of course, with many pina coladas.